Welcome back, YouTube. Welcome back. I'm Say on Thursday. I'm Matthew, and this is Matthew Hawker Gaming. So today we're going to do another MTG Arena video. I've also done various videos on MTG Arena showing my various. So I've done various videos showing my my digital decks. Basically, I've done various pack openings for the in-person game. And I did various videos showing my commander decks. If any of those take your fancy, please like, comment, and subscribe. Anyway, today we're going to play some standard. I haven't shown you a standard deck, so this is going to showcase my mono white life gain deck in standard. We're going to see how much life gain we can gain. Okay, so today I don't take any credit for the deck. I've got to Mythic for the last 2 months. Though I haven't played in Arena that much. I would say I have 55 hours since I started playing a couple of months back since I restarted Arena a couple of months back. Anyway, so I've got to Mythic twice basically in a row. So now we're going to play some standard and we'll see what happens. I'm going to show you gameplay from an event and we're going to show you until the end. Okay, so we're going to go into the deck. Basically, it's a life gain deck. So we're basically looking at various things that gain life, and then various payoffs for life. And you see, this is a mono white version. You can build a black white version that's also say this deck is okay, it's not amazing. It's basically what I have. I don't invest a huge amount into the standard decks because they rotate, and basically you can't play them for as long. Anyway, we'll open thing, and they say everything this deck is going to be a 4 of, I believe, other than the basic lands. Okay, and it's not expensive really because there's not a huge amount of rare cards in there. So I don't think it would also work in theory. You could build it in paper as well, but I don't think in paper the metagame is quite the same. Anyway, we're going to start with Healer's Hawk. So this is the bog standard basic one. I believe you can get a full art one, which is like a thing. Okay, so it's a 1/1 flyer with lifelink. For those that don't know this, they're comparing this. It was comparable to like there was a 1/1 flyer with a squadron, not squadron. What was the other one that had flying when it was basically a thing? This has lifelink as well. Right, so that's 1-drops. Then we've got 4 Hinterland Sanctifier. So Hinterland Sanctifier is basically a Soul Warden effect. Basically, this is for creatures you control. So it's basically a 1 white mana for a 1/2. It's whenever another creature you control enters, you gain 1 life. So it's a rabbit as well, which is quite cool. It was from Bloomburrow. Then you've got a Leaning Vanguard, which is a 1/1 for 1 and a white. At the beginning of combat, it's a cat. There's some nice creature types in this. It's like a zoo, really. There's like birds, bats, and everything in this deck. Okay, so we've got a cat soldier. So it's the beginning of combat on your turn. If you control 3 or more creatures, this gets +1/+1, and to end turn you gain 1 life. It's worth bearing in mind the creature doesn't need to attack to get the trigger. It's just on combat. Right, so then we've got 4 Rune Lurker Bat from Caverns of Ixalan. It's a 1/1 for 1. It has flying and lifelink compared to Healer's Hawk. But this one also has, at the beginning of your end step, if you descend in this turn, which the descend is if a permanent card is put into your graveyard from anywhere, you get a Scry 1 trigger. Then you've got Anjani's Pridemate, so this one being the iconic one of the payoff cards. So you get, basically, it's a 1 and a white for a 2/2. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on it. And then this is the more recent version of this card, which is similar. So this one is 1 and a white for a 2/1. It's a bat. As long as you've lost life this turn, this creature has flying and vigilance. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. And when this creature dies, put its counters on another target creature you control, which is pretty good going. Then you've got one of the only spells in the deck, and it's Sheltered by Ghosts, and it's probably one of the best enchantments printed recently. So it's 1 and a white for an enchantment aura. It's an enchantment creature you control. When it enters, exile target non-land permanent. So it's useful against quite a lot of things that aren't lands, but very versatile. An opponent controls leaves until this aura leaves the battlefield. The enchanted creature gets +1/+0 and has lifelink and ward 2. So it's good for protecting your things. It also gives stuff like the Pridemate lifelink because it doesn't have lifelink naturally. Alright, so then there's the biggest thing in the deck. And before I went into this thing, I wasn't using the full art version. Now I've corrected myself. So this is Linden from, was it Eldraine originally? It looks like, I think it is Eldraine. Let's see, triple white for a 3/3. It's got vigilance, which means it doesn't tap to attack. It's whenever a white creature you control attacks, you gain 1 life. Linden doesn't need to attack, it's just a creature. And then you've got the gamble card in the deck, who's in not like the red ones that are banned in standard. And then they've got Leyline of Hope. So it's 2 to white for as long as this is in your opening hand, you may begin the game with it on the battlefield. You don't like drawing them; they're not that great. In the thing, if you would gain life, you gain that much life +1 instead. As long as you have 7 more life than your starting life total, creature you control get +2/+2. And then you've got the last card in the deck, which is sort of like card advantage. So it's got 4 and a white for a 4/4. It's a human knight. It has convoke, which means you can basically reduce the casting cost of it by tapping your creatures. Basically, they contribute 1 or 1 mana of the colour. So basically, this doesn't really cost you 5 mana. It's when this creature enters, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal up to 2 creature cards with mana value X or less from among them, where X is the number of creatures that convoke this creature. Put the revealed cards into your hand and then shuffle. And then you have, round up the deck, you've got 20 basic planes. I'm playing these Tarkir ones. Only say pick your favourite planes. Alright, so now we're going to go into an event. And I'm going to show you gameplay from the event. We should show you all of it. Alright, so I'm going to go into play and then find a match. No, I'm sorry, I've done it wrong. So I want a standard event. We're just playing best of ones. I generally play best of ones. Generally, because it enables you to grind quicker. Alright, so the aim is to get as many wins as you can. 7 wins. Alright, so it's 2,500 entry. Or you can pay in gems, but I don't recommend paying in gems. I only use gems for the pass and some of the premier events. Right, so we're going to go mono white. You submit the deck. Right, and you go into some games. Wish me luck. I mean, so I'll show you gameplay from. I'll show you the entire event. Right. I mean, you say for those who don't know me paper, I also play a lot of other TCGs as well. Not only the digital ones, I play in paper Magic as well, right? So that looks like we've got life game, we've got payoff, so that's fine. So we'll keep it. And you don't forget to use the full control option. So we're playing, they're playing Seagram Coast, so that's basically as at least they're going to be Azorius. Right, so we're going to start out. So the first one you generally want to play is the Sanctifier because it gains you the most life. Then you can go into another 2 casting cost drops next turn. You can go Vanguard Hawk or Vanguard Bat, for instance. So we're going to go with the Sanctifier. I'm using the Spike avatar. I am a Spike or a Whale. Alright, so they're probably playing. This is like going to be like a Azorius artifact, so I'm going to say. So we can attack with. So you basically the Vanguard requires you to play the things pre-combat. So we'll play the Lurker Bat into the Vanguard. As you see, our life total is going to go quite high, and then we attack. So I've done. That's one of the iconic cards. So basically, when it enters, you scribe 2. And it's whenever another artifact you control with mana 3 or greater enters, create an XX token with X is +1/+1 for each artifact you control. Right, so I've got a 3rd land. So if you want to play the things pre-combat, you're going to play them. So I'm going to play Vanguard pre-combat and a Primate. Unfortunately, if they wipe the board, we're not doing much again, but that's a lot of. Right, and then we start attacking them, and then we're going to get triggers. So that isn't a Wrath, because the Day of Judgment is legal in the thing. It's look at the top 7 card, put up to 2 non-creature cards, mana value 3 or less. And the thing, they've got, there's the, there's an enchantment that basically gets rid of all 3 or less things. That's not as bad as it could be. They do have 2 6/6s though. We're not very equipped to deal with them. We can. That is the ley line. We might just be able to. So our best thing is to play the 2nd Primate. We're hopefully going to draw the card to enable the ley line next turn. Yeah, they're going to tap the bat in response, which makes sense because it will give me this thing. The thing is, you don't need to be able to attack with everything, though. There's no reason to attack. Right, we go to their turn. He's saying good game. I think he's just going to get... he's going to sack the artifact and probably get another one. You see, for comparison, this card sees vintage play. It's kind of like a Tinker is. It's a cross between a Tinker and an Evo League kind of event. I think he's just going to make a load of things and this, I can't really do anything. Alright. Toss to combat. I can just take it. I'll gain most of it back. Go to 14. Right, we don't have a land, unfortunately, but the best thing we can do is play is... I feel we're cooked here anyway. Yeah, I say I play most other TCGs, at least the digital ones as well, and I say I've got a lot of in-paper experience. I've been playing for nearly, like, 25 years. I think I'm at 24 years. So we can attack with the 2 flyers for start for free. I do not feel we're surviving next turn though. They've got 4 9/9s. We can block. We have 4 blockers. I think we just better go into the next game, to be honest. We'll see what they hit off the Unified, but I don't feel we're getting anywhere. Yeah, this game's over basically. I have to block this turn and then deal with the other 3 blockers. That's Azorius Artifacts, I think you would call the deck. One of the ball-play decks. Right, let's go into another game straight away. Hopefully we'll at least get more wins and losses. Going against Dream Interior, they're using a Liliana avatar. Again, that hand looks okay. I'll keep my hand. I hope they're playing black, but I'm not sure whether they're using their Liliana's avatar. Do people generally think if they're going to play against a Jace avatar, they're going to play blue? It's going to be a toxic game. Oh, that's annoying. I just drew the ley line. So my life total is virtually irrelevant. Basically, because my life gain doesn't really help against them when they're going to do toxic damage, so it's not good. So my best bet is just play some stuff that will block. I'll play the Sanctifier. So my life gain in this match won't do anything, because the toxic will kill you no matter what life total you're on. I need to read this. Oh, okay. So it's okay. So in trying to quickly, you can draw as Toxic 2. When it dies, return it to the battlefield. But I don't have a lot of things because it will just exile it my enchantment. So I can't attack and just pass and hopefully that will get them. But like I've taken 1 damage. You died to 10 poison. I believe there's an achievement to killing people with poison for those that do the achievements. I played some Explorer this week as well, just to try and get achievements as well. I haven't quite finished them, but I've done some. I just used Precon. Sorry, it's Alchemy. Alchemy is the term, not Explorer. I used the wrong term. Those are the ones with the digital only cards. Right, so we see this one. It's got. I think this deck isn't going to be very good anyway. It's not like a tier 1 deck. This is 1/1 with Death Touch, basically. So we're going to play this, and eventually it's going to build up to the point where it can effectively block these anyway. And we don't like putting it in the bin because we're going to get value off it. clock is not very quick though, but the 7-6, they basically need to exile the 7-6. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to put the counters on the bat. So, yeah, they gain hexproof from a colour. Okay, that's cool, so that's a way for them to get through. But the bat is getting there quite quickly, it's a 6-6. And we've got a second one, so that's quite a good build up, so we'll play the second one. So we attack with the 2. As you say, my life total isn't relevant. The only thing that my life total, basically the life gain is only good for making these bigger and triggering the ley line. My life total is virtually irrelevant because, like, I don't think they're winning this unless they've got one card. They've got one card in their hand. Yeah, so they're going to give their Rock Priest prop white, sure. Choose blocker. No block. They don't have any blockers, bear in mind. I might be able to kill them next turn. It depends if I can get the ley line. If not... Oh, that's cute. They brought back their thing as a blocker. Oh, okay, so we're good now because they've got... When the opponent gets a counter. So. So I put this on this. Get rid of the scroll. Actually, I don't think we need to. We just get rid of the rock brutes, right? Because I have 10 on the board, they've got no card in hand. Yeah, we're fine. Because we have enough on the board, we'll take 1. Yeah, then everybody in. Right, so that was playing against a toxic deck, which is probably not a kind of meta deck anyway. Although lots of people tried it at my F&M in Pioneer, but like I don't think it's a good deck, really. I mean, you say Infect has been good in various effectively strategies from around, like it's been around for years, and I don't feel they're like that good. Right, anyway, say the various colours where it's quite good in. So some people play blue for kind of proliferate kind of effects, and other people just play green or black. I think someone plays mono green effectively in our Pioneer. We say our F&M we play Pioneer and we do Commander for our 2 formats. Right, we've got Leyline in the opening hand, but we don't effectively have anything that gains life. We've just got payoff cards, which are Primate and Channel. So we send it back. Well, technically we do. We have Sheltered by Ghosts, but like we're not keeping that. Right, that hand is better, so we're going to keep it. We're probably going to send back one of the cards. I'm going to work out what we're going to send back. So we keep the 2 lands. I'm tempted to send back the Sheltered by Ghost, although it might be wrong. Or I can send back a Bat. I'm going to send back a Bat. We'll keep the Sheltered by Ghost. And we're going to submit the Leyline and we're going to stop. We're going against the red deck. So say red deck, probably one of the best decks. I feel it's a really good matchup for us. I feel most of the time it's really good. So like we're just going to play these things. We can mostly outvalue them. Right, so next time we're looking at hopefully drawing a 1-drop and casting the Vanguard, and then we get some triggers and we start getting some life. So they're playing a blue-red deck. Is it? I hope people are enjoying the new set. Currently, I haven't played much of it, but other than these online things. So they've foretold a card. Let's see if we can see what it is. It's the Slick Shot Show Off, which is a good target. So basically, hopefully, yeah, okay. So now I'm going to probably. So I've got options. I can play Sheltered by Ghosts and then play the thing on the this. So they're not going to be able to play the Slick Shot and the removal spell because they're going to have to play 2 mana for it. So I'm probably going to cast the Sheltered by Ghost on the bat and target this, and then we attack. Those who don't know plot basically means they can basically cast the card as a sorcery on a later turn without paying the mana cost if they've played the plot cost. Anyway, Slick Shot Show Off is one of the best red creatures in the game. Alright, so that's another good card. So we can definitely deal with that. Right, as you see, they're hitting for what, that amount, quite a bit. Right, so now we've got an option. So we can either try and race them, or the best thing is to play the cards on the table first, and you get the combat triggers. As you see, I'm going to gain loads now. I could probably race them just on that. Right, so we're going to say they're going to play some various Izzet spells effectively. The Corey Cutter's pretty good. You say hopefully we can effectively race it. So as you see, they've got various triggers when they cast the thing. As you see, the Slick Shot's going to get bigger. I'll just click Resolve. I believe the Cutter sees play up to Modern as well, I do believe. Right, so hopefully next time we'll draw a Plains, we can cast Linden and then we can gain some more life. Then we say Magic, as you say, new players to the game especially think life gain is amazing. It's not, basically you need things that trigger on the life gain as well for it to be good. Right, so I'm not blocking, I'm just going to take the damage. They can do me 8 or so, but like I'm going to gain quite a butt ton of it back. Right, as you see, unfortunately I did not gain a land, but there is an upside. We're going to cast Sheltered by Ghosts. So they're tapped out in blue mana, so we're going to Shelter by Ghosts. We're going to put it on the Vanguard, because the Vanguard does not have life link, and we're going to probably target the Cutter. We could target the Slick Shot, but I feel the Cutter is probably it. So they may have a removal spell. I'm going to see if they have instant speed interaction, because we're trying to get the... Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yep. I think I go for it. I was meant to go for it anyway, but like, unfortunate. Anyway, so I would have targeted the Cutter. Anyway, so we go to combat. Well, we didn't say we... See, as you see, I got a Descent trigger. So now I don't want the Primate. The Primate is fine, but I'd rather have a resource to try and get this. So we're going to bottom that. Bottom. As you see, I've got 2 triggers, one for the enchantment and one for the creature that went. Yeah, hopefully we're going to get Linden next turn. I basically want a resource, but currently I'm racing this. They are on free land. They're not seeming to get a 4th land. Yeah, so basically with life gain, you need a payoff for gaining life. I have an Olero life gain deck in command. There's also a black-white version of this kind of deck as well. I'm just going to cast Bolt Wave on me. It was like, okay, that's fine. Bolt Wave is basically like Lava Spike on steroids. Am I dead? No, I'm on 2. I'm alive. I'm alive. We're barely. I'm only on 2, so what can I do? I can play the Primate. I can attack with these and gain me life, but I don't think I'm living. I'll do it anyway. I don't think I'm living this turn, because if they have literally any spell, basically they just play it. Yeah, they're on their 4th land. I've basically got stuff in land as well. So they're going to get a prowess trigger on the 3rd. I could block the largest one on the ground. It's basically if they get a 2nd spell, I feel they've got the flurry trigger, and that's probably enough. Yeah, this game. Right, that's a good game. Okay. Session. Right, so we go to the next one. Okay. Right, so we're currently 1-2. I mean, I don't think this deck is tier 1 anyway. Just having a drink of Tango. nice soft drink, mango flavour today. Yeah, anyway, with Arena, I'll keep doing these videos. So I've recorded another video as well. I've recorded one showing my Goblin deck, which I have a bit more experience with as well. I did one on my Elf deck, and I'm also going to show some various draft content and various other stuff. I might even do digital pack openings. In paper, I do various videos on showing my paper commander decks. I do pack openings, and I may do gameplay at some point in paper as well, but I haven't got around to that. Anyway, we'll say wish me luck. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me grow. Right, so let's try and go positive as well. Right, so I red and pay. Yeah, see, if it was mono red, I would feel a lot more confident. Let's see if they attack now. They're 2/1/2s. They're just going to war into each other. So right, we're going to play. Even play the Primate. I'm going to play the Primate over the channel first because this is out of range of the 2-point damage spell, whereas this one is not. And if this lives a turn or so, this means it will be out of range of most of the single spells. Mono red is a good matchup. It really is. I said most of the spells. That is why I played that one over the other one. Now we can just take that. We're going to play the Channeler into the back, or we can play another Primate. The Primate is the right choice because it will go out of range of the Lightning Strike effect. I'm even going to attack with the Sanctify this turn because I think. Now we can attack. He's being a 4/4, and we're realistic. We're not going to block with it unless we feel he will live, because they've got the Monastery Swiftspear. And Swiftspear's been around icon. It's one of the best red 1-drops in the game. Other than stuff like Ragavan, it's definitely not as good as a Ragavan, but like this is only a common. How do people feel about the commander, like the tiers and all the unbannings? Well, yeah, Coalition Victory and a couple of other cards. Yeah, it's like it's weird. Yeah, so you see, he's burning through a lot of spells to get rid of it. He won't have a hand soon. I can just take the damage. I'm going to get the Channelers, the next ones out of thing. So as you see, I've got a Channel. That's fine. I'm just going to attack with the small one. I mean, I'll leave the 75 back. I should put I forget to click full control. Yeah, that card is basically quite good against me. So it's Screaming Nemesis. It's 2 and a red for 3/3. So when this creature's dealt damage, it does that much damage to any other target. But the best way to play against it is don't block it. They have to shoot it themselves. I've seen people shoot it themselves against me, and that's definitely the correct play. So I won't get the life gain triggers. But like, I can't really attack, but it doesn't have flying yet, so I can chip it with the bat, and eventually I can probably run over it. He can't really attack me now. He can attack. Well, yeah, he can attack. He should have shot his own creature, really, but there we go. But he's probably about worried to dying to the bat, and again, I can just take the damage. I can block the Swiftspear if I want to. So now that enables me to be able to attack him back, because I cast Sheltered by Ghosts. I target this and target the Screaming Nemesis. I know I didn't do that necessarily correctly. I should probably attack. Oh yeah, but I want to do it first. Yeah, so we attack with him, and he basically doesn't have any mana open for the Swiftspear. As you see, I'm going to gain some. And you're like, if he kills the thing, I'm going to get some triggers. I'm going to put the counters on. He's going to get the. It's a 6/4, bear in mind, so it's not likely to die. As I said, the Rockface Village, though, for those who don't know this, basically you spend the mana to cast a creature spell by tapping for red, and it gives target lizard, mouse, otter, or raccoon +1/+0 and haste. Activate as a sorcery. Yeah, he's just killing my things. It's no, but we can race with now. We've got 6. Play another one. The chances of him now killing this are quite low. So it's a 5 damage, so he's not going to kill it. We can race very easy, yeah. And now we see you can, as you see, it's basically target lizard, mouse, otter, raccoon. Right, so we 2-2-2 now, so we're going in the thing, we'll just try and carry on. Right, what will I be doing after this video? I'm probably going to have my tea after this video. And then I just recorded a Hearthstone video as well for those that like Hearthstone. I do various other CCG content. I'll be showing my Murloc deck. Hopefully we'll go better than that one. That didn't go great, but like that's like a slightly off meta list as well. And technically I made that one myself. So this is basically, you've got 2 land. You've got 2 land ley line, and you don't have anything way to gain life. So it's basically a send back. Well, you've got Linden, but it's too slow. And I want to showcase this, but I will send it back. Right, that's 1 land. I still think it's keepable. My tracker will tell me there's about how much percentage chance. I'll keep the 6 on that one. So I'm going to send back Linden. It may be wrong, but I'm going to think. So right, so we're going to start off his land Healer's Hawk and pass. Right, let me open my. Where is it? Let's get the overlay up. Alright, sorry if the overlay isn't showing. I think the settings may have changed. Let's see if I can get it up. I'm not sure I can. Alright, we're going against what looks probably is going to be a base red deck again, which is like pretty good for me. Right, so we're off to a start. So we can either go double Vanguard or Pridemate. I'm going to go with double Vanguard over the Pridemate because, like, worst case scenarios, he's going to kill one of them. I'd rather keep the Pridemate until the turn where I can gain life. So on the attack triggers, you see I'm going to gain all things. Then I can start chipping with the bird. So they played Blackcliff Cliffs. So this is a reprint of an older card. Tapped unless you control fewer other lands. Right, so the normal version of this deck is Boros kind of thing, and they're playing red instead with Rakdos over Boros. This is fine for there's a hot fire hero. It's one of the best mouses. It's whenever it becomes a target, a spell ability you control first time, put +1/+1 counter on it. When it dies, deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. That's fine. Right, so we've taken the thing. So now we've got. So we pick which one we want. We pick Pridemate or Channel. So Pridemate is probably the best one, but it's slightly big on the back. We can just attack as, or like we may leave the second one back, but no, whatever. It's not blocking. So we're going to grow. We're not blocking pretty much. We're just going to try and race them down. So this is like a pretty good matchup again. Most of the red base decks are. The things you struggle against are the control decks that play various board wipes like Day of Judgment and stuff, which, yeah. So this is another good mouse. This one has haste and prowess. And in Valiant, whenever it becomes target a spell ability you control for the first time each turn, X the top card of your library until the end turn you may play that card. A good ability. So they're only attacking with this one, which means they don't want to lose out. We're just going to take the damage anyway. The Pridemate will eventually grow out of range. I'm going to take whatever they have. I feel I can probably gain most of it back. Worst case scenario is next time we're gaining like at least 3 life. Yeah, okay, so they're killing the bird. That's not bad for them, but I do have follow-up. So right, we have Sheltered by Ghosts on the Pridemate, which seems like it would be quite good. Now it's basically if I want to get rid of this one or this one. I mean, this is also going to go to out of range, so we're going to target this. They're tapped out, so we'll do this. And yeah, they gave up at that point. It was better to do that one because it would lose the roll anyway at worst case scenario, and they won't get Death Trigger. Right, so what we're up to now? I think we're in 2-2 territory. Desmond, as they say. Oh no, we're 3-2. We're 3-2. Definitely not 2-2. Right, so we'll carry on going. So currently we're looking at 200 gems on a pack. I'll show you what the pack contains at the end. Then we go 300 gems, 400 gems, and it goes up to 2 packs. So your top win is 7 wins, which gives you 500 gems, 3 packs, and a playing point, which goes towards the arena qualifier things, which give you more actual rewards, I believe. Like, maybe even physical ones. I think so, they do. Right. Going across Nico, we're using the frog avatar from Bloomburrow again. Alright, so I'm going full control on this. Yeah, this has a life gain and it has payoff. It seems fine. I'll keep it as is. I've got 3 lands. I mean, so there's only 20 land in the deck to start with. But it's fine. So probably going Sanctify into Brightmate is probably the best. And we got sheltered by Ghosts. Right, so that is the red-white land Inspiring Vantage. So we do play this pre-combat because I'm probably going to attack with the Sanctify. Alright. Don't recognise these sleeves, they're like Bird of Paradise sleeves, I believe. Right, so this is probably going to be a Boris kind of deck. So we've got Manifold Mouths. I feel the best way to do, is put Sheltered by Ghosts on this and just get on with it. I'm going to attack with this. I'm not going to attack with this Sanctify because they could have a haste creature and I want to leave it back to floor. Now, this guy is going to be quite big. It's going to be a 5/4, so it's not that likely to Shelter by Ghost on their creature as well. Right. Their deck's really pretty. I haven't seen all these full art cards. I've seen them in paper ones, but I haven't seen most of these. This is the same thing again, effectively. Right, so we're going to play. So we're going to think, do they have a... So this is 5/4, so it depends what they have. So we're probably just going to play both of these things, right? We're going to play Channeler. And it's probably going to make the Primate grow out of most things, so then I'll play another Primate. Oh, I should play that in the other order. I should have played the second Primate first. I think it is out of range of most of the tricks now, so I can attack for 7. Right. Yeah, so now I have 2 chunky cats and a bat and a rabbit, like a zoo. Yeah, so they're going to be playing some effectively Boris kind of version of this. So they do play enchantments. Yeah, they've got Ethereal Armor. Doesn't really matter that much. I think you can erase it. So the Scavengers, when an enchantment you control enters and when you fully unlock or input +1/+1 capture target creature. Yeah, it has First Strike, but it doesn't have any kind of evasion. It's fine, we can just... so it has First Strike, yeah, so it's fine, we can just gain enough life. So we're just going to play all this main. Because we're just going to gain a lot of life now. I can attack with nearly everything that isn't theirs. And then you attack, and they gave up. Right, so we're getting there. We came back from a slightly worse start, but constructed Magic is all about the matchup. Sometimes they're not in your favour to start with, and it's working, knowing about when to go to the next game effectively. Well, if you're playing timed games, it's basically when you basically aren't winning. Anyway, the sideboarding is also a thing, but not in this format. Anyway, we say we go to the next one, and hopefully we'll carry on. With a comparison, mostly of the stuff I play in paper is I play Commander and Draft mainly in paper. I don't play any 60 card Magic in constructed anymore. Again, this has a payoff and a gain, so we'll keep it. So this is probably the Celestia version of this kind of deck. It's called Celestia Rabbits or something, so we're going to play a rabbit of our own. Have some rabbit on rabbit action. Right. Again, they just play they play stuff like this as well. Alright, it may not be the Celestian one, so this is Sultai variant. So it's when you tap, put +1/+1 counter on target thing. Okay, so we can gain quite a lot of life here. So the best thing is to play. I'm probably going to leave the channel until next turn. I'm going to play the Vanguard and the Hawk, because you get the combat triggers. I'm probably just going to be attacking them anyway, so we might as well play these. Play it pre-combat, which is counterintuitive to those that have been playing for ages, but you need to do it to get the triggers. And then there's an attack. So now next time we're looking at Essence channel, or Healer's Hawk, and maybe into Leyline the turn after. Yep. They're attacking with 4-3. That's fine. As you see, they're Soul type. Right, so we can play all these triggers pre-combat. It doesn't matter. I'm only actually going to attack with 2 of them. I'll leave that one back. Because I mean, I might want to double block this. Because I don't mind the Channeler dying, because I'm going to transfer his counters onto the, like say, the Healer's Hawk. Yeah, as you see, he didn't kill the 6-5, but he gets that bigger. Anyway, that's fine. Oh, I'm going to double block actually. I feel like 2 blockers. See if he does anything. Red Knight comes down. Right, so now we've got some stuff. So we can't play the late line. So we're going to play the Anjani's Pride, mate. And then we just go to combat. I feel like I might even be able to attack with the Vanguard as well. Yeah, I'm going to attack with the Vanguard as well. I don't know. Once with Dread Knight, it's 3-2 with, it has Death Touch, basically. Right, so now we can play. As you see, the Primate gets big. And I've got 7 more life from the thing, so the ley line's on turn is getting bigger. I can't remember what the Scooter King does. Whenever Rat enters a beginning combat, make a rat. Sure. So we're just going to play the ley line and pass. The rats can't block at the beginning of combat. Yeah, so we're just going to go in. And all attack. So I've got 12 in the air, and the rest is in road. They didn't have another answer, because if they can kill the bird in response to me putting the counters on, it's not looking so good for me, although I still have the cards in hand. Right, so let's see how we do. We're getting there, we're getting there. I don't remember what the best I've done in one of these events are. We're at 5 wins. I have 400 gems and 2 packs. Let's see if we can get to the 7 wins. Right. Thanks very much for watching. It means a lot to me, especially to all the people that have joined the channel recently. I'm trying to get to 100 subs this year, people. I do love sharing my MTG and my video game content. That's a weird one. It's like it's got double Vanguard, which is fine into channel. Yeah, come on, I'll keep it. Alright, let's go. Going against the person with a dinosaur avatar. I have a Dinosaur Commander video. I've already featured that one. Check out my GSF video. So going against a black deck. Yeah, so okay. We drew the ley line, which isn't great. So we're going to play double Vanguard. This is probably some variant. We haven't actually seen a Shieldred yet, people. Maybe see if we might. So this is sort of good. Yeah, so they're going to bounce the artifact. So this is like Esper. It's probably going to be Esper, whatever they call it, Esper bounce. I can't remember. So they're just going to start killing my creatures. Right, so we're up to 3 land. So we're going to play Linden. Right, and just pass. We can go to something like Channeler next turn. The Pixie's got flying. Each opponent sets a creature. Well, I'm going to set the Vanguard. The thing is, so their game plan is to keep basically returning the stuff to their hand. So right now we've got various options. So we can basically sack it so you gain life equal to speed, or play the Channeler. I think my best option is play the Channeler. They're probably going to play this and bounce this, but this also protects, and I'd rather do it main. Right, so you want to do it in combat to get the attack trigger, and then I've got shelter by ghosting into the ley line. I don't know if it's going to help or not, we will see. They basically have the artifact with the bauble thing, which is a Surveil, and this is a scry trigger as well. Yeah, anyway, this game is like, yeah, so I'm going to basically, and sack a creature, so I'm going to sack the channel, unfortunately. Right, their speed keeps going up, so basically we're getting there. So I may be better playing this on the Shelter by Ghost, because the worst case scenario is going to pick them up. Alright, so I'm going to play this pre-combat. What do I target? I'm going to target the Pixie. I don't know if it's correct or not. As you see, he gets a nice chunk of life. I've got the... They shot me with the desert. I didn't think this game was looking alright, and they said, alright, what's this one do? That one, yeah, return target non-land pound, remember... That's if it was kicked. Okay. It's a free one, so we only want to attack. Oh wait, the attack with 2. No, so we just want to attack with this one. Oh, it may come back from this. I didn't think it was looking very good. So now we get a trigger. And as you see, I'm on 30 life. This is got lifelink though. It's a free one. But we have 2 things. Yes, that's pretty good for them. They might get value off it now. But like, are they going to... I've still got the ley line. Bit more of a game now. Okay, so basically, can they... Yeah, that takes me down. Alright, so now it's becoming a succession of what to remove, basically. So I can sanction by Ghost now on this, which I'm going to do. So I sanction by this. Yes. Oh. Sorry about this. Yeah, so that I got it correct, and then so it's 4/4 coming back, right? And with Linden down, so it will attack. Do I want to attack? They can double thing. No, I don't want to attack at all. No. Yeah, so now they're going to play this, and I'm going to have to sack this good thing. I was like, alright, I guess. And they basically fizzle. I can still top deck out of this. I haven't shown you my long game yet. It's the one with Convoke. Yeah. Now they're going to gain a load of life, and they'll probably be out of range soon. So basically, I have to think. I don't want to do anything, and I'll just pass. If they hadn't had the second one, I think it's quite good. Yeah, so that's my card out of my hand. I'm empty-handed, but they've got the 4/1 and the 3/2. The 3 power flight isn't killing me that quickly, although they're gaining a lot of life. I don't think I can do anything. I just pause. And they'll probably start sacking the enchantments to do stuff. So when this one you sack, you gain life equal to the speed. This one is basically gives you a scry trigger. And this one has Surveil. Scry and Surveil. That's the reason why I keep the cards in the hand, because then they have to think about if I have anything or not. I can already play nearly everything. They've only got 1 card in their hand. Again, I can't do anything, so I just pass. See what they do. They probably sacrifice the enchantment. Makes sense. So they get a scry trigger. Right, so when this game is over, I'll basically show you what's in the packs and then we're going to round out the video. Sure. If I got a creature to block on the ground, he wouldn't be able to attack with this one. He'd be reduced to chipping me with the flyer. Right, so that's that one. Alright, let's show you what's in the packs. Anyway, we went 5-3, which isn't terrible. Alright, so we went 5-3, so we're going to get 400 gems in 2 packs. So that's fine. Right, so claim those. I'm up to 3,700 gems. I'll show you what's in the pack. Alright, so we've got two target, the most recent one. Some of the events will reward you older boosters. Okay, so that's Revival of the Ancestors, Saga. Not particularly anything interesting. I'm trying to also build up to a Brawl deck, so I'm trying to get. I'm currently missing the wild cards for those. So once I get to the requisite amount of wild cards, I will show you a Brawl deck. I'm building a Goblin Brawl deck. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, and as I say, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and check out my other content. And you say if I can link the deck. Oh no, I can link the deck list. I'll link the deck in the comments below the video, and also check out my other content that'll be linked in the various playlists. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.